Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Your man Omeed here with you. First and foremost, thank you so much to all of you that reached out with this dinosaur arm that I got going on. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but I had shoulder surgery a couple weeks back. Thanks for all the messages and the stuff you guys have sent and the cards you've sent. I really, really appreciate it. That means a lot to us. And forgive me for being absent last week, but I'm the one-armed bandit doing all this with one hand here. So let's see if I can navigate all that for you. Okay. Let's dive into this week, see what's going on. Um, I think absorbing tariff wars, that's going to be our daily life here for the next little while. And I'll explain that in detail. Should be hopefully coming to an end April 2nd, but we'll see. This week on the books, Case Shiller Home Price Index, FHFA Home Price Index. That's the one that manages or measures rather the pricing of homes that were sold using conventional financing. That's the FHFA one. The Case Shiller is more of a median prices, if you will. New home sales numbers comes out and consumer confidence comes out. Those are going to be really interesting things for us to watch, especially given the level of delinquencies in car notes as well as now delinquencies on credit cards. Now, durable goods, things that are created to last longer than 3 years, think airplanes and washer dryers and that sort of a thing. That report comes out on Wednesday. Quarter four GDP, gross domestic product, final reading comes out. We think that's going to be weak, but it remains to be seen if somebody messes with it or not. And then last but certainly not least, the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation, the PCE, the personal consumption expenditure, comes out. What am I expecting out of that? Well, I'm expecting the PCE to increase slightly from 2.6 to 2.7 and or probably 2.8. I know that's not the news that any of us are looking for, but fact of the matter is that's what's happening because of the anticipation for all of the tariffs that are being batted back and forth. Now, as far as that goes, the tariffs will now kind of solidify themselves. They're supposed to kind of the take three part of tariffs solidify themselves by about April the 2nd. So we'll have to kind of wait on bated breath to see what's happening. What does the market think of that, you ask? Well, it's holding kind of sort of steady. And I want to show you this. Lots of kind of trading in the same range for the last couple of weeks, isn't it? But what I want to bring to your attention is that we have now been in this overbought range for quite a while and we haven't had a massive correction. And then what I want to show you, if I look back 1 year, whenever we are in these overbought range, there is usually a massive correction somewhere along the line, which leads me on to my next thing in that, hey, if you're a home buyer at this point, you should probably be buying if you are comfortable managing the three things that I always ask of you, right? Can you manage the payment, go to sleep at night? If you lost your job, can you pick up another one within 3 months? And do you plan on staying there for 5 years? If the answer to those questions is yes, then you're ready, go buy a house. But probably sooner than later because of the correction that I think we're going to see. Now, again, no one knows what's out there. No one knows what's around the corner. But if we go solely by charts and graphs, that's one of the things that we anticipate seeing. What does that mean for rates? Well, last time we checked in with each other was 2 weeks ago. It was at 6.72. Today's at 6.77. Not horrendously apart from each other. 5 basis points doesn't really make a difference. But here's the reason why I'm telling you this. Watch. As of February of 2025, median home prices in King County was $849,000. Median, not average, median. Zillow estimates the average of value in King County is 868,632. That's a 5.2% year over year increase as far as values goes. Now, I want you to see something because I get a lot of folks that kind of put the pedal to the metal and get pre-approved and they lose out on a couple offers and like, oh my gosh, I'm out. And I'm just going to wait it out because the rates are going to get better. Well, maybe, maybe not, but let's look at something. We know that we are short of inventory in Greater King County. This is not Texas, this is not Florida, this is not Arizona, where land is plentiful. We have I-5 down the middle, mountains to the left, water to the right, depending on how you're looking at it, and that's all we have. So therefore, inventory is limited. Now, if I bring you over here and I show you this, that exact house was purchased in Redmond at $826,000 1 year ago, okay? That exact house was purchased with a rate of 7.5. And let's say they bought it this year at 6.5. Woohoo, they waited and they won. Guess what? They got it right. Rates went down almost 1% from one period to another. Nailed it. But here's the thing. While you waited to save $223 per month because the rate went down, while you waited to save $2,600 per year because the rate went down during this 1 year that you waited, look what happened. Your return on investment, you missed out on 46% of your return on your investment. That was on a 10% down payment. Okay. You could have made $42,000, almost $43,000 in appreciation, but you didn't. You kept on paying rent and you waited it out. So at the end of the day, I know it sounds like a broken record sometimes, you guys, but math is math and truth is truth. If you're in a place to buy a house, go buy the house because these values will only do one thing and go up. A lot of folks are like, well, recession's coming up and prices always go down. That could not be a bigger fallacy. Recessionary environments, with the exception of one, that was the 2007 2008 recession, always drive real estate values up. And even in 2007 2008, by the time 2012 came around, all which was lost was picked up and then some. So pass this along for folks that that are in the market to buy a house. Let's get people educated. Let's help them make better decisions for themselves so they can create generational wealth and be as smart as all of you. As always, do subscribe, like, comment, and share these things to people that you love and care about. And thank you again for all the outpouring of contact and sending stuff and worrying about my gimpy arm. I had a shoulder surgery, just FYI, because that's what happens when you get old. Parts start falling apart. Okay? Have a fantastic week. We'll be in touch with you. And as always, do subscribe to our Instagram account because we do notate daily movement of the market as well as the rates so you can keep up with all that. Okay? Take good care. Chat with you soon. Bye.